Since 2021, tens of millions of people have died, hundreds of millions are injured, and billions of us are at risk of health deterioration from the ill effects of the COVID-19 experimental genetic injections. Additionally, there are a portion of people who did not receive these injections but are suffering from long-term health problems following COVID-19 infections. Please help us raise seed funding to advance critically needed research. We are studying and comparing the impacts of COVID-19 genetic injections and natural infections on immune system health, autoimmune diseases, and other adverse outcomes, including infections and cancer. In January 2021, an unprecedented medical experiment was rolled out for almost the entire human population on Earth. 6 billion men, women, and children have been injected with infinite tissue penetrating lipid nanoparticles, carrying tens of trillions of copies of foreign genetic code into all organs and tissues within their bodies. This genetic modification of human cells causes them to produce a non-human protein, the spike protein of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Coronavirus spike proteins are known toxins and are the most toxic part of a coronavirus. The SARS-CoV-2 virus is a customized gain-of-function virus whose spike protein's ability to cause disease has been enhanced in various ways. We were told that it was a safe and effective vaccine. In reality, it was not safe, not effective, and technically not really a vaccine. The injection campaign was a violation of human rights, medical ethics, and criminal laws regarding coercion and medical assault. Doctors, nurses, and scientists who would not comply with this WHO injection agenda were marginalized and persecuted. Politicians were presented with false science from very limited sources, so they were used to impose devastating invasions of human rights that have killed and harmed unprecedented numbers of innocent people. The initial waves of injuries and death from the injections have been sadly impressive, with blood clots, heart attacks, heart injuries in young people, aborted pregnancies, athletes collapsing on sports fields, and others among the more than 1,000 types of negative outcomes seen in the first years. Now, we are entering the next phase of harm from the COVID-19 genetic injections. This includes damaged immune systems, infections, aggressive cancers, autoimmune diseases, and organ failures across many systems. What is happening to the immune systems and cellular health within the victims of these injections? We need to understand this deeply. Only through ethical and thorough research on this subject can we discover solutions and advance the care for many of our loved ones and everyone who has been genetically modified in this way. We suspect that the COVID-19 spike protein producing genetic injections will continue to be a new leading underlying cause of death and disease in most countries for decades to come. Yet no old world government or major institution is doing the research, advancing the treatment, or helping the injured. Dr. Villa has been a COVID-era hero in the state of Florida since the beginning of COVID-19. In 2020, she went to rare and valiant extremes to care for the sick. She complied with social isolation mandates by erecting treatment tents in the parking lot around her clinic. She did not turn anyone away. Dr. Villa and her team alleviated much suffering within a largely elderly and at-risk population during the 2020 waves of COVID infections. They saved many lives. Now, Dr. Villa is pioneering the treatment of COVID vaccine injuries and long COVID syndromes. She's organizing a very select international team of COVID-era medical heroes to study the impact of COVID-19 genetic injections on immunity, and more broadly, to advance the understanding, treatment, and prevention needed by our friends and family everywhere. Dr. Villa's team cannot simply acquire the resources and funding needed to quickly and thoroughly advance this field of science. We must first generate a solid initial study involving several thousand patients. This initial study will reveal the magnitude of the problem, bring compassionate attention to the many people who are injured or at risk of deterioration, and open the doors for Dr. Villa's team to grow and amplify this research. It is urgently needed. Please help promote this fundraiser and donate if you can to this crucial seed fund. Please help us to gain the knowledge needed to help millions of injured people and billions of people at risk of health deterioration before it's too late.
Hello, my name is Dr. Byron Bridle, and I'm an associate professor of immunology and virology. I am dedicated to helping the public distinguish scientific facts from fiction to facilitate an appropriate standard for informed consent. I am proud to be part of a research team that has an opportunity to study more than 4,500 patients. Data from these patients will allow assessment of potential impacts of natural infection with SARS coronavirus 2 and/or administration of the modified RNA COVID-19 shots on a wide range of health parameters. To support evidence-based medicine, the goal is to objectively publish the results, regardless of what they might be, in an open access journal for the public to see. Science has become politicized, making it challenging to get this kind of research funded. So, I'm requesting help from the public to generate the seed funding needed to initiate this essential study.
I, Dr. David Speaker, am collaborating with Dr. Villa to investigate the alarming immunological effects of the COVID-19 genetic vaccines. These vaccines, often touted as safe and effective, are anything but. My examination of the Pfizer and Moderna mod RNA vaccines uncovered high levels of plasmid DNA and the presence of the SV40 promoter and enhancer, elements that raise serious concern about potential genetic alterations and increased cancer risk. These findings have resonated globally, gaining attention in the US Senate and European Parliament. We cannot ignore the truth. These vaccines have caused harm, and we must ensure this never happens ever again. By partnering with us and supporting our research, you can help us and cover the full scope of these issues and protect future generations. Together, we can demand accountability and safety. Please join us in this crucial mission.
Hi, everyone. This is William Mackis, one of the most followed cancer researchers in the world. I'm honored and very proud to be joining a very large research study spearheaded by Dr. Maravik Villa at Villa Health in Florida, which will be looking at thousands of patients who received COVID-19 vaccines and then had their immune systems subsequently severely damaged. As we know from government data from around the world, people who took COVID-19 vaccines suffered significant damage to their immune systems. They get very sick with COVID-19 repeatedly, but they also suffer autoimmune diseases and even cancer, which may be a result of a severely damaged immune system. A study of this size, which will be looking at over 4,000 patients, requires support, and we are counting on your support so that we can get the data together, so that we can publish it, bring it to the world, peer-reviewed, and really get these damaging COVID-19 vaccines off the market once and for all. Thank you very much for your support.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Hulsher, and I am an epidemiologist at the McCullough Foundation, and I am honored to be a part of a groundbreaking research collaboration. At Villa Health in Florida, we have access to an extraordinary data set of more than 4,500 patients. Using this, we are conducting a retrospective study to investigate COVID-19 vaccine associated immune damage and long COVID, which affects many individuals. There hasn't been much research that has differentiated between the two, and so this is of critical importance. The preliminary signals are deeply concerning, showing deteriorations in immune function among the vaccinated. and in some cases, even following natural infection. We could really use your support in helping us conduct this study. It takes a lot of resources, a lot of time, and please help us in this critical initiative to improve public health and protect public safety. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Maravik Villa. I am a practicing internist pulmonologist in the Villages, Florida, for over 20 years. I have very extensive experience in treating COVID. During the pandemic, I treated acute COVID, long COVID, and then when the vaccine was rolled out, I started treating vaccine complication. Eventually, we call it long vaccine. In my practice, Villa Health Center, we have more than 4,500 cases, which we are doing a research on. I am the principal investigator, but I'm also working with other excellent and exceptional doctors and researchers. I'm lucky to have them. And so we're doing a retrospective study. So we're reviewing data starting 2021. Our preliminary findings are actually very disturbing. There's an obvious immune dysfunction, immune dysregulation, immune disorder, however you want to call it. Yeah, in the form of autoimmune diseases. It's probably about 60-70% of cases are developing autoimmune. And then there's a very obvious immune deficiency, which is affecting both humoral and a cell-mediated immunity. And so this immune deficiency is actually reminding me of the AIDS from COVID, except that it is worse. Thirdly, there's a significant reactivation of latent infection in the form of herpes viruses and as well as the Lyme disease and others. For us to do and finish this research, we need your help. So please help us finish this. We want to publish this research as soon as possible so that the information will be available to the medical community and to the public, and we can help more people. To me, this is not just about science. This is about the truth, and this is about helping people, and most importantly, this is about saving lives. So for those of you who are standing with us, thank you so much. For those of you who are supporting this work, thank you so much.